dusty heat of India, where the ancient rivers flow. A small life wandered in the shadows, watching the saffron rose pass slowly by. He was a pariah, stray, a creature of the streets with no name. But in his heart there was a spark, a recognition of a love that has no name. He followed paw after paw, driven by a destiny beyond his control. They tried to save him, tried to send him away to safety, but he jumped from the truck, a leap of faith, to rejoin the slow and steady race. He chose the road, he chose the struggle, he chose the company of the silent man. And in that choice, he became a brother, never to be lonely again. Oh,
Aloka, the light, the spirit in a coat of brown and white. You are the bridge between the species, a beacon shining in the night, with a heart-shaped mark upon your brow, a sign of the love you bring. You walk the path of the bodhisattva, a four-legged holy thing.
from the Ganges to the Mississippi, your loyalty is the song we sing. A lesson in devotion, a lesson in the joy that simple presence can bring. Now the landscape shifts to the American South, to the highways of concrete and steel, but the mission remains the same, a journey to help the broken nations heal. He trots at the front, the scout of peace, ears perked up to the sounds of the road. He is the citizen of the world, a pilgrim with a tail that wags in time. He doesn't care for politics, he doesn't care for the lines that divide us all. He only cares for the path, for the moment when the semi-trucks roar and the wind whips by. He stands his ground with a quiet grace, a warrior of kindness, a guardian spirit with a gentle, smiling face. The people come from miles around, drawn not just by the ropes, but by the dog. He opens the doors of their hearts, cutting through the cynicism and the fog. They see in him the innocence they lost, the unconditional love they crave. He is the ambassador of the present moment, distinctively brave. He walked 1,000 miles in the east, and now he walks 1,000 in the west. He sleeps beside the monks in the tents, a warm curl of life in the winter chill, dreaming of rabbits, dreaming of peace, while the world around him is still. He reminds us that holiness isn't just for humans, it lives in every breathing form. And when his legs grew tired and the doctor said he must rest for a while, he rode in the van like a king, watching the mouse pass with a doggy smile. But his heart was always on the pavement, always with the brothers on the line, because a pilgrim never quits, he only pauses to gather his strength again.
Run, Aloka, run towards the capital, lead the way with your paws of grace. Show the leaders and the lawmakers the beauty of a loving face. The peace dog walking, the peace dog dreaming in a world that is slowly, softly redeeming. Then roll slowly down the shoulder of the road. A metal sail protecting a precious living load. Aloka sits on the seat, his nose pressed to the glass, watching the pine trees and the telephone poles pass. His leg is healing, the doctor said he must be still. Your heart command for his spirit with such an iron will. He wants to be on the asphalt, sniffing at the track. He wants to be leading the line, not sitting in the back. There is a dharma in the waiting, a lesson in the pause, to accept the limitations, to obey the natural laws. He watches his brothers walking, a rhythmic orange line. Oh, the watcher in the window, seeing the world go by, learning the art of patience under the southern sky. Sometimes love is action, sometimes love is rest, sometimes sitting still is the hardest holy test. Rolling through the landscape, the garden in the land, Aloka the peace dog, doing the best he can. The world outside is a movie projected on the screen, rain streaking the glass, watching the landscape clean. He sees the people waving, he sees the children stare. He barks a muffled greeting, floating on the air. He is the general in the tower, surveying the campaign, protecting the meditation from the danger and the pain. He sleeps on a soft blanket, dreaming of the run, but for now he is the anchor, the stillness in the drive. Keeping the connection, keeping the hope alive. His eyes are deep pools of wisdom, ancient and serene, understanding the necessity of this place in between. The fans on the end of it worry, where is the dog of light? They miss his trotting figure in the morning and the night. But the next poster picture of Aloka in his bed, he's meditating horizontally, is what the caption said. It brings a smile to the millions, a moment of relief to see that care is taken, reinforcing the belief that compassion includes the body, includes the need to heal. And when the door slides open on that bright January day, with a love that doesn't cease. We all have times of waiting, times when we are sidelined, and the body is broken, or the path is undefined. Look to the dog in the window with his ears curved time as if race the moment, letting the time fly by. He fills the space with presence. He fills the band with grace. Light on, Aloka's heel up strong. The road is waiting, it won't be long. Watching, breathing, loving, God, peace, log in the veil. The Texas sky is a canvas of infinite blue, stretching wide over the flat, dusty plains where the journey begins. 19 figures emerge from the temple gates, ribbon of saffron winding through the gray concrete world. Vikupanakara stands at the lead, his feet naked against the unforgiving texture of the American road. He leaves his sandals behind, not as a punishment, but as a prayer to the earth that holds us all. To walk barefoot is to touch the skin of the world, to feel its pulse, its heat, its trembling vibrations. The asphalt is warm, the gravel is sharp, but a step is deliberate, a meditation in motion. He walks to bridge the distance between the human heart and the ground that often forgets to honor. This is the barefoot hymn, sung by the soles of the feet upon the stone. A melody of endurance, a harmony of flesh and earth, walking into the great unknown. From the heat of the sun through the chill of the north, the spirit moves like a gentle tide, carrying the weight of the world with the lightness of being, with nothing left to hide. Step by step, the landscape changes, but the intention remains the same. To walk in peace, to walk in love, to extinguish the burning flame. The highway stretches out like a gray river,
flowing through the arteries of a nation restless and loud. Trucks thunder past with the force of a storm, shaking the air, a mechanical cloud. But the monks do not flinch. They are the reeds that bend but do not break in the wind. They are walking through the landmines of the heart, where greed and anger have sadly sinned. Passers-by slow down, their faces pressed to the glass, witnessing a sight from an ancient time. Why do they walk? Why do they bleed? To show that the spirit is stronger than comfort, to lay a blessing at everyone's feet. The sun did flow, painting a horizon in hues of purple and gold. The cinematic close to the day. Through the pine forests where the shadows are long, the silence deepens, a cathedral of trees. Every pine needle, every stone becomes part of the sacred frieze. It is a pilgrimage not to a place, but to a state of mind, a sanctuary within, where the boundaries dissolve between us and them, and the true healing can finally begin. The blisters come, the muscles ache, but the mind is a clear blue sky, vast and open. He feels the suffering of the gravel, he feels the coolness of the mud, transforming every sensation into an offering of metta, washing away the stain. And when the night falls and the stars wheel overhead in their cosmic dance, the road becomes a temple floor, and every sleeping breath is a scented chance to wake up tomorrow and choose kindness again, to choose the path of the gentle and slow. This is the courage of the vulnerable, the power of the sea that breaks the rock. The road goes on, the silver light under the moon. The feet keep walking, humming a silent tune. Peace is the path, peace is the step, peace is the way. Walking, breathing, loving, being on the barefoot hymn of the highway.
The 25th day dawned with the pale sun over the flatlands of Liberty County. The air was thick with the humidity of the Gulf, a heavy at the sleep bounty. The rhythm of the walk was established, a metronome of steps on the white line. Peace seemed to be a protective bubble, but chaos is a part of the cosmos. A sudden intrusion of the unplanned, a screech of tires, a shattering of glass, a violence disrupting the land. The truck struck hard, the metal twisted, and on the roadside amidst the dust, a monk lay looking at the sky. Maha down for my son, a pillar of strength, now broken in body and bone. A sudden realization of fragility. But the reed bends in the storm, it does not snap, it bows to the ground. And in the break, in a deeper strength, the profound resilience is found. Suffering is the truth we cannot escape, but how we meet it is the key to meet the pain with a heart of peace, to set the spirit free. It is not the fall that defines the walk, but the rising up again, to turn the tragedy into a teacher for the benefit of all women, men, and the sirens wailed like morning songs, cutting through the heavy Texas air. The brothers gathered in a circle, a fortress of silent focused prayer. No anger for the driver, no cursing of the cruel twists of fate, only compassion flowing outward, dissolving the heavy seeds of hate. In the sterile white of the hospital room, the choice was stark, take the limb, he said, with a calm that silenced the doctors in the room. I do not need 2 feet to walk the path, I will not linger in this gloom. It was an offering, a sacrifice, a shedding of the physical weight, to show that the mind is the master, the architect of its own state. He sent them forward, do not stop for me, the walk must continue on. And so they walked with a heavier heart, but a purpose refined by the fire. The empty space in the line was filled with his courage, his invisible will, a testament to the power of faith that can calm the waters and be still. Weeks turned to months, and the healing began to take hold. A prosthetic limb, a new way to stand, a story of bravery told. When he rejoined them in the Georgia sun, the reunion was a sight to behold. A warrior turned into the ranks with a spirit like burnished gold. He showed us that we are not our bodies, we are the light that shines within, that loss can be a portal to grace, a place where new lives begin. He smiled at the crowd, standing on one leg, balanced and whole and complete. The accident was not an end, but a deepening of the sacred vow. The scar remains, but the pain is gone, transformed into loving light, walking forward, limping slightly, but burning ever bright. Mahadev, the teacher of the road, carrying the lightest, heaviest load. The Alabama River flows dark and deep, holding the memories of the past, a liquid history of struggle and pain. where the shadows of time are cast. The Edmund Petals bridge arches high, a steel spine against the winter sky, a place where history held its breath and where the brave refused to die. 60 years have washed the stones, but the echoes still remain. And now a different procession comes, walking the very same beat. Saffron robes instead of denim, bare feet on the concrete street. They come not to protest, but to honor, to heal the wounds of the land, to weave a thread of loving kindness into the history of this strand. Oh, let the petals fall like forgiveness, drifting down to the water below. A river of flowers for a river of blood, letting the healing waters flow from Selma to the sea. Let the message carry on the tide, that we are walking together now, with the ancestors by our side. They walk in silence, the noble silence, louder than a shouting crowd. Heads bowed in reverence for the giants, for the humble and the proud. They stop at the apex of the bridge, suspended between earth and air. A moment of syncretism, a universal unspoken prayer. They open their bags and the colors fly, pink and yellow and red, floating down like gentle spirits, honoring the living and the dead. The water catches the offering, swirling it into the muddy brown, turning a monument of conflict into a peace-filled holy crown. The locals watch with tears in their eyes, seeing the circle complete. They break bread with the Edmund mission, sharing rice and sharing stories, connecting the struggles of the human race beyond the flags and territories. The children of Selma touch the roads, curiosity in their gaze, seeing a peace that is tangible, a light in the modern maze. It is a healing of the landscape, a cleansing of the atmosphere, replacing the lingering vibration of dread with the vibration of cheer. The bridge is no longer a barrier, but a connector of souls, where the broken pieces of history are gathered and made whole. We walk in the footsteps of King. The monk whispers to the wind. We walk for the same dream he dreamt, for the world that hasn't ended. Non-violence is the only weapon, love is the only shield. In the battle for the human heart, on every battlefield, the water flows on, the bridge stands still. Peace is the valley, peace is the hill. Selma, Selma, we honor your name. Walking in peace, never the same. Richmond rises from the riverbanks, a city of monuments and old stone, a capital of complexities, where the seeds of the nation were sown. The winter air is crisp and clear, the sun reflecting on the glass, waiting for the moment, waiting for the saffron line to pass. And then they come, not with fanfare, but with a quiet, magnetic pull, filling the empty spaces of the city until the streets are full. 10,000 people gathering, a sea of faces turn one way, drawn by the promise of a peaceful presence on a cold February day. They come from the suburbs, they come from the blocks, united by a simple longing for something pure and bright. And the city fell silent, a hush that was louder than a cheer, as if the collective heart stopped beating to make the message clear. We are one people, one pulse, one breath under the sky, watching the river of peace flow gently by. In the presence of the stillness, the barriers melt away, a city hushed by grace on a holy, unified day. The police cars park the traffic, blue lights dancing with the sun, escorting the unarmed army. The battle for peace has been won. The governor stands on the steps, the weight of the office set aside to welcome the barefoot travelers with arms open wide. We declare this day for peace, she says, her voice ringing in the air, a proclamation of the spirit, a public political prayer. It is a meeting of two worlds, the secular and the sacred combined, a recognition that the health of the state depends on the state of the mind. The crowd ripples with emotion, tears streaming down frozen cheeks. The monks bow low, their humility a mirror to the crowd. They do not seek the glory, they do not seek to be loud. They are merely reflections of the goodness that lives in every soul, helping the fragmented city remember how to be whole. Strangers turn to strangers and smile, a connection forged in the cold, a story of community and kindness waiting to be told. The statues of the past look down history, watching history change as the definition of power is rearranged within the range. Power is not the sword, power is not the gun, power is the peace that connects us, every single one. And for a moment the politics dissolve, the arguments cease, the tension of the times was suddenly softly released. We stood together in the Richmond street, breathing the same cool air, realizing that the capacity for love is everywhere. Richmond, remember this silence, remember the day the peace walked through. Hold it in your heart, let it make you new. colors turn to white, a blank page written in frost and ice. The Virginia winter descends, demanding a heavy physical price. The trees are skeletons of black against the pale and heavy gray. The wind is a razor cutting through the layers of the day. But look, a splash of color, a shock of orange against the snow. The monks are walking northward, steady, rhythmic and slow. They are tropical flowers blooming in the tundra of the cold. A visual poem of endurance, brave and stark and bold. The ropes flutter in the gale, thin cotton against the freeze, while the rest of the world seeks shelter. They are walking on their knees. Saffron in the snow, a fire that burns on the ice, paying the toll of the journey, paying the pilgrim's price. The cold is a teacher, sharp and clear and true, stripping away the comfort, leaving only the view of a spirit that is unshakable, a mind that is vast and free, walking through the winter for you and for me. Aloka wears his puffer coat, a little warrior in the drift, his paws crunching on the crust, giving the group a lift. But Panakara is barefoot, his skin touching the frozen street, a radical act of vulnerability, a feat that is hard to repeat. The ice numbs the nerves, the wind bites at the face, but there is no grimace of pain, only a look of grace. He is accepting the winter, embracing the shiver and the sting, knowing that the cycle will turn, knowing the promise of spring. Passers-by stopping their warm cars, staring in disbelief as the barefoot monks go by. It wakes them from their sleep to see a promise of peace so profound and deep. At night the tents are pitched on the hard and frozen ground. The wind howls through the nylon, a lonely, haunting sound. The sitters take their posture upright in the bitter cold, refusing to lie down, a discipline ancient and old. They meditate on the warmth of love, generating heat from the core, opening the internal doors, exploring the internal floor. The snow piles up around them, a wide and silent wall, but they are safe within the practice, answering the call. This is not punishment, this is liberation from the fear. If they can walk through this barefoot on the ice, then we can walk through our troubles without thinking twice. If they can find the warmth in the middle of the freeze, then we can find the kindness and put our hearts at ease. The contrast is the lesson, the color against the white. making us whole. Close your eyes and listen to the landscape of the land, the roar of the engines, the tires on the sand, the static of the radio, the shouting of the news. We live in a world of noise, of clutter and of din, drowning out the quiet voice that whispers deep within. But here comes a procession that creates a vacuum in the sound, a moving pocket of silence, profound and holy ground. They do not speak, they do not chant, they do not preach or pray out loud. They carry the noble silence like a protective golden shroud. It cuts through the cacophony, it slices through the noise. Listen to the symphony of silence playing in the air, a music made of presence, a music made of care. It's the space between the heartbeats, the gap between the thoughts, the freedom from the battles that we have fought and fought. In the silence we are equal. In the silence we are one, walking in the quiet until the day is done. The silence is not empty, it is heavy, full and rich. It vibrates with a frequency that heals the broken glitch. It forces you to listen to the things you hide away, the sorrow and the longing that you feel every day. When the monk looks at you without a single word, you feel that you are seen, you feel that you are heard. More than 1,000 speeches, more than a written book, the transmission of the dharma in a single silent look. The highway noise recedes, becoming just a background hum. The birds sound louder, the wind sounds crisp and clear. The silence scrubs the senses, making the world appear. They walk through the towns where the arguments are loud, where the politics are angry and the people are unbowed. But the silence absorbs the anger like water takes the stone. It offers no resistance, it stands completely alone. A man screams a question, but the silence answers back with a smile of compassion, stopping the attack. You cannot fight the quiet, you cannot debate the air. You have to drop your weapons and meet the silence. There it is, a mirror of the mind, reflecting what is true, cleaning off the dust, revealing the view. So hush now, America, turn down the volume dial, step into the quiet and walk with them a while. Let the silence wash you, let it rinse The silence is where we belong. Cruiser sits on the tarmac, engine humming low, reflecting the gray sky in the polish and the glow. The sheriff adjusts his sunglasses, watching the mirror side, waiting for the saffron wave to come in with the tide. It's an odd juxtaposition, the badge and the road, two different ways of keeping order on this spinning globe. One carries the sidearm, the authority of the state. The other carries the alms bowl and acceptance of fate. But on this strip of highway, the boundaries blur and fade as the blue lights join the orange in a peaceful parade. The officer drives at walking speed, a crawl upon the street, protecting the vulnerability of the naked feet. Blue lights and saffron robes moving down the line, guardians of the body and guardians of the divine. When the power of the Lord meets the power of the soul, they walk together towards a common peaceful goal. It's a picture of a possibility, a vision of the new, the unity of the orange and the protection of the blue. The flashing lights cut the fog, a warning to the cars. Slow down, pay attention, look up from your scars. The troopers block the intersections, holding back the rush, creating a safe channel. A momentary hush, they see the monks bow to them, a gesture of respect, and the officers salute back in a way you don't expect. The armor seems to soften, the faces seem to relax, relieved of the constant tension of the cold and hard facts. They share a bottle of water, they share a quiet joke, the patch from the uniform is pinned upon the back, a talisman of safety, better than any flag. In a time of division, where the sides are drawn in sand, this convoy is a healing balm across the hurting land. It shows that strength is not aggression, that protection is a care, that the warrior and the monk have a burden they can share. The police escort becomes a pilgrimage of its own, a chance to serve the spirit in a zone unknown. The officer goes home at night and tells his family, I walked with peace today, and it set something free in me. The siren isn't wailing, it's just a guiding light. We need the order, and we need the grace. We need the safety and the sacred space. When they work together, the road becomes a home, and no one has to walk the journey all alone. The shield and the flower, side by side, lights flashing softly, ropes swaying slow, united in the journey. Everywhere they go, the guardians of the path, keeping the peace. The dawn breaks over Washington, painting the Potomac gold. The air is cold and biting, but the spirit is bold. The dome of the Capitol rises white against the blue, the center of the labyrinth that they have walked on through. 2,000 miles of asphalt, of forests and of fields, of rain and snow and sunshine, and all that nature yields. They have crossed the physical distance, but also the divide between the hope we carry and the fears we hide. The monks approach the city, not as conquerors, but as friends, marking the place where the long journey finally ends. But the end is just a beginning, a planting of the seed. Oh, these are the steps that heal a nation, one by one, walking out of the darkness, walking into the sun. From Texas to the White House, the thread is woven tight, connecting every heart. In the morning light, Washington is waiting. Let the peace come in. Let the new chapter of the story finally begin. With kindness as the policy and love as the decree, walking for the future, for you and for me. Aloka trots onto the mall, his tail held high and proud, greeting the monuments of history, barking at the cloud. He is the first dog of peace, inauguration of the heart, playing his essential, joyful, four-legged part. The monks stand by the reflecting pool, images in the glass, watching the clouds of history slowly drifting past. They do not shout for laws, they do not demand a change. People stop their jogging, politicians pause their talk, arrested by the beauty of the culmination of the walk. They petition for the sack, for a holiday of light, but the petition is the journey, shining ever bright. The message has been delivered, not on paper but in skin, in the callous feet of Panacora and the peace within. They have shown that unity is not a concept in a book. It is the hand you hold, it is the loving look, it is the food shared at the roadside, the shelter in the storm, the willingness to keep the stranger safe and warm. The Capitol dome gleams, reflecting the morning sun, illuminating the work that has only just begun. America, look at your reflection in the pool. You were kind, you were generous, you were no one's fool. You have a heart of gold, buried under the fear. Let the walkers remind you, let them make it clear. Peace is your heritage, peace is your right. Step out of the shadow and walk into the light. The walk is over, the walk goes on, in every heart, in every dawn. Peace be with you, peace be true. The journey ends and starts in you.